So today, we're going to take a deep dive into an incredibly intense 24-hour period in South Boston, back in July 2013. It's a story that centers on two women, Amy Lord and Kayleigh Ballantyne.
It is.
And our mission for you is to really unpack the timeline here, what the perpetrator was doing, and how this whole thing was solved by a twist of fate that is almost hard to believe.
It really is. What's so striking from the start is how this predator, Edwin Alemany, was moving like a ghost. It all began with a single baffling disappearance.
Okay, so let's get right into that first attack. Amy Lord, she was 24, and she was abducted right near her apartment at, 5:38 in the morning on July 23rd, just heading to the gym.
A classic blitz attack. You just shoves her into your own Jeep.
And the ordeal that followed, it wasn't quick. We're talking 47 minutes where he forced her to drive to 5 different ATMs across the city.
Right, which immediately tells you something. This isn't just about cash. If it were, you'd hit one ATM and be done. This was prolonged. It was about control.
And there's that CCTV footage from, I think, the third ATM. It's just chilling. You can see her face is already swollen, and she's sort of trying to look right into the camera. It felt like this silent plea for help.
It was. That's the prolonged control turning into, well, psychological torture. But when they found Amy later in Hyde Park, the scene was horrific.
Yeah.
She'd been stabbed over 40 times. And for investigators, that's a huge behavioral flag. We call it overkill. It's not about robbery anymore. It's pure, unrestrained rage.
And a sign he was probably going to strike again.
Oh, absolutely. Almost a guarantee he was escalating.
And tragically, he did. He spends the money from Amy's accounts on, lottery tickets and alcohol. Just trivial things.
Completely trivial. Which just shows you the money was secondary. The violence was the goal.
So less than 24 hours later, 12:00 a.m. on July 24th, he attacks again. This time, it's Kayleigh Ballantyne right at her front door.
And notice the shift. This is so important. He doesn't ask for money.
Yeah.
He doesn't try to control her.
Yeah.
He immediately starts stabbing.
Punctured her lung on one of the first thrusts.
But this is where his plan, his entire pattern, just completely falls apart. Because Kayleigh's reaction was something he never anticipated.
She fought back.
She fought like hell.
Yeah.
I mean, she didn't just scream, she kicked him. She yelled, "Fire! Help!" which is brilliant. And then smashed the glass on her own front door.
That must have completely startled him.
It did. That calculating control he had with Amy was gone. Now he was faced with ferocity, with noise, with chaos. He panicked. He ran.
And that resistance was the key to everything. While she's being treated for these awful wounds, Kayleigh gives the police a description. Hispanic male, gray shirt.
And one more thing. The most crucial detail of all.
She said she injured him.
She was sure of it. She told him she fought back so hard, she knew she'd cut him.
Feel for every victim, and you feel for the families. But when something is so senseless, I have feelings about this case. I had a daughter who was born in the same year, graduated from college at the same time. And so my mind kind of immediately went to the devastation that I knew that her parents were going to feel as I stood there.
Probably on his hand.
So police start checking local ERs. It's standard procedure, but it's a long shot.
Usually. But this is the moment that just defies belief. As they're getting this information from Kayleigh, Edwin Alemany had already checked himself into a hospital for a deep cut on his hand.
And it was the same hospital.
The exact same hospital where Kayleigh's being treated. He was right there. And the clothes he was wearing, they had his blood, Kayleigh's blood, and Amy's blood on them. The search was over. Just like that.
Unbelievable. So at the trial in 2015, his defense tried to argue he was insane, that he wasn't in control.
Right, but the evidence just totally dismantled that. He wore a mask. He burned Amy's car to destroy evidence. He controlled her for nearly an hour. That's not insanity. That's an organized, calculating mind.
And Kayleigh testified. She said she was doing it for Amy.
Her testimony was devastatingly clear. He was found guilty of first-degree murder.
It's just so clear that Kayleigh Ballantyne's surviving, that act of defiance, it didn't just save her own life. It delivered justice for Amy Lord.
It did. And it leaves you with a really provocative thought, doesn't it? You have to consider how often the difference between an unsolved tragedy and a solved crime comes down to, well, not just forensics, but the sheer immediate refusal of a person to become a victim.
Yeah.
Kayleigh surviving meant Amy's story could be told. And it meant the killer was stopped before he could find a third victim.
Yeah.
Her fight saved lives she'll never even know about.